Hello and welcome to our Reflection and Reward Assembly. And today we're going to be thinking about three of our character virtues: courage, confidence and kindness. And we're going to be using a book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse, which will help us think about those three character virtues and what they mean. So The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse is a book about four friends, and it celebrates their deep, unshakable friendship. It also celebrates courage, confidence and kindness, and ties together those three character virtues that we've been working on. Now there is a link on the next slide if you want to listen to the whole story, and we'll also send that as a separate link as well. Year 6, we know you've already watched that story, but it would be a good idea if you watch that later if you wish to do so. So, we've got some illustrations that come from the particular story. And we're going to have a look at some of these and think about what they mean for kindness and friendship. So the first one here, what do you want to be when you grow up? Kind, said the boy. And that's quite an unusual response. We might think of a footballer or a doctor or a dentist, but he wants to be kind, and that character trait is so important. So have a little think about what point you think the author is trying to make. Is it important what job we do, or is it important to be kind and caring, and is it what's inside that really counts? We've got another picture here. I'm so small, said the mole. Yes, said the boy, but you make a huge difference. How does that message relate to all of us? We may be small and we may see ourselves as insignificant, but we all make a huge difference, and those kind gestures can make a difference. Can you think of a time that you reacted in a difficult situation, and how did you resolve this? One of our greatest freedoms is how we react to things, and that's an important lesson for now. We may struggle this week, we may struggle over lockdown, but it's how we react to things that makes the difference. Being kind to yourself is one of the greatest kindness, said the mole. What does being kind to yourself mean? Sometimes we're very good at being kind to other people, but sometimes we have to be kind to ourselves. Sometimes we have to forgive ourselves or understand when we've made mistakes, or just take time out to look after ourselves. Do you have any favourite sayings or messages of your own? This is one of the favourites that I like. Do you have a favourite saying? Asked the boy. Yes, said the mole. What is it? If at first you don't succeed, have some cake. I see. Does it work? Every time. And here we've got some others of my favourites. Do you have any other advice? Asked the boy. Don't measure how valuable you are by the way you are treated, said the horse. So sometimes people may treat you badly, but that doesn't show an expression of your value. It may say something about their value. Yesterday I was weak and you carried me. Today you are weak, said the boy. And so sometimes in friendships, sometimes we all have moments of weakness, but sometimes our friend can be the strong one and support us. So sometimes we have to be strong and help others, but sometimes we may be weak and we may need to ask for that help from others. Everyone is a bit scared, said the horse, but we are less scared together. And I think that's really, really important. Over the last few weeks, you may have been scared or worried or just frustrated with the boredom. But we are less scared together. So the more we can unite in our family, within school, within our community, the more we can support each other when we feel scared or weak. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an art challenge because we are trying to be a little bit more creative at home. So if you want to, have a go at creating your own piece of artwork, and you can use Charles Maxey and his illustrations as an inspiration. Think about the message or the saying that means a lot to you. Write it down as beautifully as you can, and then draw or think of an image to go with it. And you might like to include the characters from the book, the boy, the mole, the fox and the horse. If you want to have a go at those illustrations, share them with us through the office email or your year group email. What's the best thing you've learnt about storms? That they end, said the horse. And that's important because it feels like we're going through a storm now. We may have a snowstorm outside, but actually sometimes the things we experience through lockdown can feel like a storm. But we need to know that there is an end. And I think there's a very important message here that links in with express yourself as well. Be yourself, trust yourself, love yourself, empower yourself. And that's really, really important as well. So, we were thinking about our character education and our key character virtues. And so we've thought about courage. The characters in the story had to show courage and took it in turns to be courageous or to be strong for each other. They had to have confidence, self-confidence in themselves and what they thought was important. And they also had to show kindness. So if we think this week, if we try and show courage, confidence and kindness as much as possible, and remember that education is about growing our mind, our intelligence, but also about growing our character as well. Golden ticket time. So, I've got a long list of golden ticket winners. So again, these is for outstanding behaviour or attitude at school or at home doing remote learning. So, 3C. The golden ticket winners are Maya W for incredible creativity at home doing home learning, and Maya C for working extremely hard on her home learning and in her groups. For 3WG, we have Maria T for always being a role model pupil in her attitude to learning and respect for others, and Amelia W for completing her work to a brilliant standard and having 100% attendance to all online lessons. Great effort, Amelia. From 4D, we have Anda, who's worked really hard in maths and is listening carefully. We have Andre, Year 5 pupil, who has shown independence in completing his work and has been dedicated to his learning. Additionally, he's been very kind and helpful towards all the children in the class, which is not his normal year group or even his normal class either. We also have Olivia F for her dedication to learning in English and maths, and Jack B for completing work every day and trying his best. For 4G, we have Matteo for his excellent contribution to English live learning and for all his hard work during the week. And Thomas for his excellent contribution to the English live learning and for his continued hard work throughout the week. And last week, winners that I think we forgot to share but were on the newsletter, so we'll give them a special mention today. Tyler G for really working hard during his live learning sessions and for all the great work he's producing. And Asia for always contributing to class discussions and working hard in all areas of learning. 5H, we have Joseph Williams, fantastic effort this week, sending work regularly and also giving feedback on his work, how he found it and things like that. And River Green, beautifully presented work that was always done to a consistently high standard. 5V, we have Charlie S for a consistent and positive attitude to his learning and creatively engaging in all wider curriculum activities. And Ethan J for his positive and hard-working attitude to his learning and engaging in all wider curriculum activities. And from 5HOS, Jessica for trying her best in all of her lessons and consistently handing her work in every day, even when she felt unwell. And Eris for consistently good work that is always handed in on time and contributing well to live sessions. And for year 6, we have 6H, Mason C for consistently engaging with all learning and completing work to a high standard, and Willow G for consistently engaging with all her learning and contributing to all live learning sessions. And 6D, Kiara for working hard and sending working consistently, and Bobby H for also working hard and sending working consistently for all subjects. So well done to all our golden ticket winners. I'm sure your parents can think of a suitable treat for you today to say well done. Now, Values Cup. We were really working hard on confidence, and particularly that self-confidence and that self-belief and how we express ourselves. So the class I've chosen, I've noticed that they were much more confident in their live lessons and their group sessions, joining in, sharing their ideas, taking risks with their learning, but also really embrace the express yourself work, sending in art or music, and just having that confidence to share their talent and share that skill. So the winners of the Values Cup this week is 4G. So big well done to 4G. I'm sure your teacher is going to think of a suitable reward for you and will be leaving the Values Cup in the Year 4 bubble. So if we just go on to our last slide, we've got Values Cup for this week. And I've chosen a metacognition power, and it's going to be use your imagination. I've asked the teachers to try and come up with more ways of getting you to do more art and music and creative subjects and activities. So, use your imagination is all about being creative, letting your imagination grow and thinking up new ideas and questions. So that's what we work on this week. Now, we are going to send you the YouTube link so that if you want to listen to the story at home, you can do so. And I know the children in the bubbles will be listening to the story as well. And we've got some music here, Lean on Me, which is a really good song written by Bill Withers, very much about when you need a friend to rely on, when you need to support a friend because maybe they're feeling a little bit weak. And that fits in really, really nicely with the story that we read. And it's the Playing for Change musicians that are playing it. And actually, they're all from different places in the world. So we've got Toby from the USA, but we've got musicians from all around the world. They may not be with each other, but they're able to connect through their music. And just like we can't all be with each other, but we'll be able to connect through some of the activities and the things that we're doing. So please be strong, be a good friend, show lots of courage and confidence and kindness, be creative, be imaginative, and also send some of your photos in to us. We want to see you enjoying the great outdoors, enjoying the snow, and sharing and connecting, because that will make us all happy. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.